Hello and welcome to your first video for the Sheffield Music Academy Infant Scheme Stage 1. So you might have had your first lesson already, or you might be waiting to have it this weekend or next week, but you can use the video before the session or you can use it afterwards, and you can do both. And all the activities that we do don't have to be done just live in the video with me now. You can pick and choose them out and do them on your walk to school, or do them over your breakfast cereal, or on your dog walks, or however you want to do them, okay? So don't see this as homework, just see that as a little bit of curiosity and some little games and things that you can do. Right, so first thing we're going to do is our welcome song, and we're going to keep a steady beat, which in music is called a pulse, on our knees. And we're going to do a ta pulse today, so it's going to go ta, 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 ta. Welcome everybody, it's time for us to sing. Welcome everybody, it's time for us to sing. 10 bounces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's time for us to sing. Very good. Now, when we're using our bodies and our voices to do music, our voice is like a musical instrument, and we need to look after it really carefully, just like we would a delicate violin or a cello or a piano or a clarinet. So can you just put your fingers, go from your chin, 2 fingers all the way down under your chin, and then stroke down here. And can you hum like you've just been given the most delicious apple or pear or juicy orange? You're going to go mmm. And can you feel it wobbling? Have another go. Mmm. You should feel like there's a little buzzy bee in there, and it's those wobbles that are making the sound. So we need to warm up the vocal cords, those little muscles, like we would just if we were running and warming up our bodies. So we're going to do that we have our pom-poms in the session. I'm using household things, so I've got a tea towel. So anything that's floaty, piece of fabric, or a pom-pom, if you've got it, stop the video, go and get one, and then come back and join me. Okay, so we're going to set our voices to hum, and we're going to go up and follow my lead. So we're going to go Whew. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in our tummy like this, and then push it out. And then relax. Oh, and our tummy should fill with air again. Okay, let's have another go. We're going to push the air out, let our tummies warm up, and this time we're going to do ooh, ooh. Let's push the air out again. Fill up our tummies. And we're going to ee, really wide face. Ee. Very good. And last one, we're going to do a really long face. Do a big yawn for me. I want to see what you've had for your breakfast. Are you ready? Let's do our last one. Fantastic. Right, so our voices are all warmed up, and now we're going to do our fishes song. So this is making us understand that if we're doing fast movements, we do little movements, and then if we're doing slower movements, we can do big movements. Okay, so little fishes are going to go flipper, flapper, flipper, flapper. Big fishes are going to go swish, swash, swish, swash. Then the shark is going to go snap, and again, snap. Very good. And then we bob down, and the great big whale's going to go blue, and we're going to get water everywhere and covering everybody. Okay, so get ready for your flipper flappers first. Little fishes swim along, flipper, flapper, flipper, flapper. Bigger fishes sing this song, swish, swash, swish, swash. Fantastic. Let's try that one more time. Little fishes first. Little fishes swim along, flipper, flapper, flipper, flapper. Bigger fishes sing this song, swish, swoosh, swish, swoosh. Then along comes the shark, snap, snap. Very good. And the great big whale goes blue. Fantastic. Now I do it with a scarf so that I don't have a tea towel whacking me on the head. Very good. So that's getting our bodies able to join up with our voices. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at Solfar Street, which is a musical street with lots of characters that have their own special sounds. So when I've got a piano here, we've got low sounds, and we've got high sounds, and we've got middle sounds. Now, when we have things that are low and they're really high and then in the middle, we call it pitch. So lows and highs in music is the pitch, and we learn to pitch our voices using our ears. So we've warmed up our vocal cords, but we're also really having to use these things, our ears, when we're doing our pitch. So this street is called Solfar Street. Okay, and we have a pattern. This is a road that we're going to make over the course of this year. Okay, and the characters need to live on it. Now, we are going to build 2 houses this week. We're going to build one at the bottom. Here we go. And we're going to build one at the top. And both of these houses are red houses. Okay, we're going to create a lovely rainbow street by the end of the year. Okay, now there's a little girl who lives in the bottom house, and she's called Dotty Doe. And in Solfar Street, we don't wave and say hello like this. We have special hand waves. Everybody has their own special one. So Dotty Doe has a hand wave that looks like this, like a little fist. So can you make a fist? And put your thumb just where your belly button is. So that's where Dotty Doe lives, and we say, hello Dotty Doe. Can you do that with me? Hello Dotty Doe. Now, her cousin Ditty Doe lives right at the top here. And because they're cousins, they have the same wave. So I'm going to bob down so you can see it, but my hand wave for Ditty Doe is going to be right up here. And we're going to say hello to them. We're going to say, hello Ditty Doe. Now, to get our voices up there, we're not going to do this with our heads. But we can do this with our eyebrows. So make sure your chin is nice and tucked. And remember the tummy that we used at the start for our singing, so for our vocal warm-up. So we're going to take in a big deep breath. We're going to make our eyebrows go really high, smile, and we're going to go, hello Ditty Doe. And if you don't quite reach it at the moment, that's fine, you'll get there. Okay, so we have a low note and a high note, low note and a high note. Okay, now I'm going to check to see whether your ears are working. So when you hear this sound, I want you to bob down. And when you hear this sound for Ditty Doe, I want you to jump up really high. Okay, for the first 2, I'm going to help you. And then after that, I'm going to see if you can do it on your own. So we have bob down, stay bob down, jump up high, jump up high, bob down low. Okay, I'm going to stay here, so don't be put off. I'm not going to go up and down this time. Now I want you to listen to the sound and see if you can react to what you're hearing. That's low. Did you get it? If you want to practice that little bit of the video a few times, you can. Well done. Okay, now what I'm going to do so that you can see where they are. I'm going to use my pointer. When we hear this note, we have dotty do now. We don't go high up this way. We go along to get to ditty do. We travel along Solvar Street, just like you travel along a piano to go from the low note. So this is the low note, and then we're going to travel all the way along to a high note here, and then all the way back down again to the low note here. And we can do a bit of that in class as well. Well done, that was fantastic. Your ears are working really well. Now, some of us did this song. This is my song that's all about do. And if we didn't get a chance to do it in class because we ran out of time, we can learn it here. So I'm going to do a line and then I'd like you to copy. So off I go, I'm a robot, don't you know? Have a go. I'm a robot, don't you know? My turn now. Programmed to make lots of dough. Your turn now. Programmed to make lots of dough. So let's join those two together. I'm a robot, don't you know? Programmed to make lots of dough. Like dough, kneading dough for some bread. Okay, are we ready? I'm a robot, don't you know? Programmed to make lots of dough. Now, when you're making dough for bread, you need to mix it. Can you get your hands like this? And we're going to mix it. And we go mix it here, mix it there, mix it nearly everywhere. Now, once you've mixed your dough, you need to knead it like this with your hands. So it's exactly the same words, but we're going to do knead instead of dough. I'm a robot, don't you know? Programmed to make lots of dough. Knead it here, knead it there, knead it nearly everywhere. Now the last thing, our robot's gone bonkers and it's going to be throwing the dough all over the room. Are you ready? Get your doughy hands ready. I'm a robot, don't you know? Programmed to make lots of dough. Throw it here, throw it there, throw it nearly everywhere. Oh no, I hope your room doesn't look as messy as mine. I have dough everywhere. But you know what? My singing voice was sounding beautiful, so well done. Right, that's our robot song to help us remember our dotty dough and our lovely doughy hand signs like we use for kneading dough. Okay, so we're going to do one more thing today. We've got our rhythm patterns. Now, our rhythm is the long and short bits of music that make up a pattern. So, one way we can practice this is joining our mouth to our hands. Okay, I'm going to switch that bit off because it gets a bit tricky. So, a little thing you can practice, maybe at breakfast or on the walk to school, is joining your mouth all the way, zip, 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 to your hands. And again, zip, 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 zip. So now, every time I say something, I have to clap. There's a video that I'll send you, grown-ups, for showing the difference between keeping a steady beat and rhythm that is the patterns of short and long. Okay, you can switch that bit off now. Okay, so practice when you're having conversations. It really, really annoys big brothers and sisters if you try doing that, which is great. So we had some musical frogs. Let me just get Solvar Street off, otherwise we'll get confused. So we have a rhythm zoo, and we're going to meet lots of rhythm animals over the next few weeks. But our first rhythm animal that we saw today, I need to get better at drawing frogs. Here we go. He's got some froggy legs and big froggy eyes. There we go. That'll do. There's my frog. Okay? And our frogs say ta. So we're going to jump up and down and say ta like a frog. So we're going to go ta, 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 ta. We can also clap and say ta, 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 ta. At the start, we're going to interchange ta and frog, so we could do 4 frogs. Frog, 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 we could do 4 tars. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. Now, we also saw another character, which is going to be one of these. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's my musical spider. And my spider goes on tiptoes and he goes tee, 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 tee. Or you can put your little musical spider on your hand like this and go tee, 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 tee. Or we can do little claps and we go tee, 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 tee. Okay. Now, we're going to make up some patterns with some frogs and some spiders. Now, it's going to take me too long if I draw them, so, oh, go on, we can do this one. So I'm going to do another frog here, and another frog here, and a spider. So this pattern, let's just have a look first. It has a frog, 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 spider. But we need to make sure that our lovely rhythm zoo keeps to a steady beat. So let's get our feet going. We're going to go ta, 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 ta. Frog, 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 spider. Keep your feet going if you can. Beat in your feet. Off we go. Frog, 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 spider. Very good. Now, if that's too tricky, mums and dads or grown-ups who's ever at home can sit. You can sit on the floor. You can pat a beat on the children's knees for them while they clap their beat, while they clap the rhythm over the top. So get a beat going. Off we go. Frog, 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 spider. Very good. Okay, I'm going to change the pattern. Let's see. Oh no, hang on. Just before that, we need to let them say their special musical words. So we've got ta, 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 ti, ti. Let's get the beat going. Ready, steady, off we go. Ta, 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 ti, ti. Very good. Okay, let's change the pattern. I'm going to switch my spider. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Frog, spider. And go on, we'll have another frog. Okay. Right, so we have spider, frog, spider, frog. Okay, and we need to get the beat going, so we're going to go ta, ta, off we go. Spider, frog, spider, frog. And again, if we're finding keeping the feet going at a steady pace hard, sit down. Grown-ups, pat on the knees of your child so that they feel the beat in their bodies, even if they're not creating it. And then children, we're going to have a go at clapping and saying the animal names over the top. Off we go. Spider, frog, spider, frog. And now let's change, keep the beat going, into the names that they say. So remember, spiders say TT and frogs say ta. Off we go. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. There we go. Brilliant. That was fantastic. Really lovely rhythm zoo. So you can do patterns of 4 spiders and frogs. So 4 animals in total, but it could be 4 spiders. It could be 3 frogs and a spider. It could be 2 spiders, 2 frogs. You can shuffle them up. You can make repeating patterns like you've been doing in schools. You can see how many different patterns you can make with your different combinations. You can, so you can make little patterns with pictures like I've done and then have a go. But every time, make sure when you're doing the rhythm, you've got a lovely sense of beat or pulse underneath, and then the rhythm gets said. And always say and clap together. Be zipping our mouths and our hands together for our rhythm work. Okay? I'm going to send you a link for the instrument that we saw this week, and you can have a look at that, and I will see you next time. All right, well done.